The metropolis that serves as the economic and commercial centre of the United States is probably the most prosperous in the world. New York never sleeps, driven by relentless consumerism and the insatiable needs of the masses. Bright lights, traffic, people, goods and services. Everything is on offer 24/7. Within this approximately 790 square kilometres, wealth and poverty, vitality and decay, creativity and destruction coexist. This includes small groups of people who aim to convey the message that every day we are wasting so much, as they search for edible food being simply thrown away. Nighttime in Manhattan, at the heart of New York City. A group of about 15 people, some carrying bags, others dragging small suitcases, are heading somewhere in the drizzle. They are scavenging for food. This group identify themselves as Freegans, a term used for individuals who seek and obtain food that is still edible, especially from waste or garbage. Janet Kalish, a middle-aged woman in a yellow raincoat, is one of the group's leaders. Making a living for many years from food reclaimed from garbage, Janet is a professional scavenger in a city filled with towering buildings and people. She knows the sites and locations where food can be found. Their first stop in the food hunt is a pile of garbage bags in front of a supermarket. Numerous large black bags had been tied and left there just a few hours before our arrival. The group wasted no time and began scavenging for what they need. They carefully open and inspect each bag, distinguishing between those containing spoiled, non-consumable items and those containing fresh and new food. A large bag of croissant, lettuce and cabbage was salvaged and passed around. Even a wrapped sandwich is opened to reveal that everything inside is still fresh and appetizing. Due to marketing, food control regulations and consumers' misconceptions, stores and supermarkets are forced to move still edible items from their shelves into the trash at closing time. In a big city like New York, supermarkets often order more product than they can sell, resulting in up to 40% of the items being discarded. This excess was not produced for consumption, but rather to adorn the shelves and make them appear fully stocked at all times. This strategy aims to assure buyers that there will never be a shortage of products, and the overfilled shelves convey a sense of abundance and endless choice. This approach effectively stimulates the consumer's desire to buy. When the time comes for new products to replace the old, many perfectly good items are discarded daily.
Well, the stores don't wait until it's bad. We do in our own home. I wouldn't want to go after someone's personal trash because we let it go longer. You know, something on the curb just 5 minutes ago, it was on the shelf.
The concept of freeganism is around 30 years old. The word freegan is derived from free, as in freedom, and vegan, referring to people who refuse to consume animal products or to use products tested on animals. In 2002, the city of New York witnessed the birth of the global freegan movement. While scavenging through trash bins for food may be illegal in some countries, it is allowed here. This group of New Yorkers has explored waste receptacles throughout the city for discarded food for about 20 years now. Janet is one of them.
And how often do you come to do the trash tour?
We give these tours twice a month. And then I go independently because, you know, I don't get enough to last me 2 weeks, just enough to last me a couple of days.
Tonight, Freegans have stopped by supermarkets, bakeries and Starbucks. After years of dumpster diving, they know which stores throw out the good items. The production of food and goods involves numerous steps, from cultivating and nurturing to harvesting, processing, packaging, and transporting. Each step requires money, labour, and significant natural resources. A considerable amount of the produced items goes unconsumed or is used inefficiently, and ultimately becomes waste. In the United States alone, the value of food wasted annually is around $165 billion.
This organic box of arugula came from California, and we're in New York, and it was traveling on a truck 3,000 miles across the country. How is that healthy? You know, I mean, maybe the organic food in my body, would be healthy, but it's not healthy if I'm contributing to more pollution, more contaminants in the air. It doesn't make sense.
The Freegan concept of scavenging extends beyond just food. It also includes usable items that are thrown away. As they walk through big piles of trash, a chair, still in good condition, was found among the other waste.
Did you carry it home?
I have carried plenty of furniture home, but now we're on a tour and we're looking for food, and I'm not looking for this, but it's a little heavy.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, actually. Really? It's a really perfect chair. If somebody wants a really beautiful chair, they should take it.
Not a cheap chair either.
No, it's gorgeous. It's actually really pretty. It's in perfect shape.
Tonight, around 15 Freegans, both familiar and new faces, are amazed by what they've found. Their motivations vary. Some are seeking free food, while others are interested in the group's ideas and methods. The real Freegans, however, share the same goal. The presence of a young woman named Sky wearing a headlamp suggests that she might be the real deal among the Freegans.
I feel good about diverting the waste from the landfill into the compost, because a lot of people don't know that if you throw food away into the trash, it doesn't anaerobically decompose in the landfill. It just creates greenhouse gas.
After 3 hours of nocturnal foraging, they brought back bagels, boxed meals, biscuits, and chocolate. Bread, being a common food item, is often left over and is therefore frequently discarded. Janet and some Freegans, who were originally vegetarian, continue their journey. They know that fruits and vegetables are also discarded regularly. As expected, large pumpkins, bunches of bananas, and various fresh vegetables are recovered from garbage bags at the supermarket nearby. The cool temperature of the items indicates that they've recently been removed from the supermarket's refrigerated shelves. They sort through for what they need before collecting other trash, bagging it, and putting everything back in place. The garbage truck arriving to collect the bags signaled that they had timed their visit perfectly.
People might think that it would be hard to just live on only what you find, but you see that the opposite is true, that it's hard because we find too much, and there's a burden in wanting to be responsible and to be able to share it all.
They left the supermarket with their food without having to spend a single penny. Rummaging through trash is not necessarily a sign of homelessness or poverty, but rather a part of a social movement. The purpose is to raise awareness of food waste and to reduce its environmental impact. The New York borough of Brooklyn is a neighborhood filled with the energy of young people and is home to a diverse community. Sonia Fountain, a Brooklyn native, is ready to embark on a journey on her tandem bicycle. On the front are 2 large crates. Upon arrival, big plastic bags are laid out in front of a store. Sonia discovers an abundance of discarded fruits and vegetables in the bags. She organizes the produce and puts it into her crates. Even though she collects leftover food from stores, Sonia doesn't identify as a Freegan because she doesn't use the collected items for meals. Sonia uses her bicycle to transport the bags of fruit and vegetables to another location. She checks each bag to ensure that there are only vegetables and fruits inside, without any meat or dairy products mixed in. This shady, mid-sized garden serves as a place for making compost from leftover vegetables and fruit, and is the result of collaboration among a group of people in Brooklyn, collectively known as BK Rot. Their goal is to reduce waste in the neighborhood. Every week, Sonia cycles to collect discarded produce from multiple stores in Brooklyn, as well as from approximately 45 households. Around 300 kilograms are collected each week and brought to the garden to be turned into compost.
We bring it here to the compost site and we store it in these bins and barrels. And then twice a week we process it, which is laying down a layer of wood chips, equal amount of food scraps and some sawdust on top, and mix that all together.
New York is a city with one of the highest rates of food wastage in the United States. With its large area, dense population, and over 50 million tourists annually, the city is filled with an abundance of goods and services that often exceed demand. Each year, New York generates around 3.9 million tons of food waste, which is buried, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions and worsening global warming. The limited space for landfill disposal exacerbates the problem. While Sonia's actions differ from Freeganism, the common goal is to reduce food waste and make beneficial use of it. Born and raised in Brooklyn, Sonia's efforts are a hands-on contribution to mitigating global warming at the community level.
It feels pretty good. A lot of the food that is thrown out from regular homes, it goes to the landfill, and it causes a lot of terrible emissions for the earth, but really it could be used for something better.
The vegetables, fruit and coffee grounds that she collects are kept for 1 week to await composting. The triangular mound of soil is where the vegetables and fruit scraps are composted, mixing in with the soil and wood remnants. The composting process takes place in the soil, incorporating food scraps that have been composting for between 2 and 10 weeks. Today, Sonia and her friend are moving the soil mound, especially the portion that has completed the full 10 weeks of the composting process. The decomposed scraps have been transformed into plant nutrients, seamlessly blending with the soil.
Basically, around this time, most of the food has broken down, and mostly what's left is the hard stuff like seeds and like avocado pits, and just the wood chips that have been left behind.
In New York, 1/3 of all waste is food or other organic material, which can be converted into fertilizer or an alternative source of energy. The concept of BK Rot is to transform seemingly worthless waste into valuable compost and actively to engage in the process.
The city pays a lot of money to have our household trash sent to other countries. And other countries don't want our trash anymore because they're also trying to deal with their own environmental issues. So the more that we're able to prevent organic waste from being in the food stream, the less money we have to spend to ship that waste out of the country or to other states.
The relocated soil will be filtered to create compost. Various vegetables and fruits sprout and flourish because of the nutrients in the soil. Their life cycle completes as they return to the soil, serving as fertilizer, fostering the growth of other plants.
If you want to see more great content from all over the world, please like the video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.
York City, the largest city in the United States, is a melting pot of diverse cultures and backgrounds, and home to nearly 9 million people. We travel to meet a Freegan named Wei Tang, who left China to become a New Yorker. The principle of Freeganism involves rejecting a life within a profit-driven capitalist system which focuses on maximizing profit. Being a Freegan is not just about scavenging for food. It's a lifestyle that goes against social norms. Wei resides in a compact apartment, although it is a pretty standard size for New York City. Almost all of his belongings are second-hand, proudly obtained from the streets.
Yeah, so this house, I got most furniture from the street. See, this is a table. It's brand new. I got it. It's like 80% new. So I got that. Yeah, and 4 chairs too, and even this painting I got it from the street. Yeah, you see, yeah, there's some even the crafts. So I just collect. Some of them I just buy in a Goodwill store, like $1, $2. I think they are like arts, the design. I like the design. Yeah. Also, those you see the bookshelves. Yeah, the bookshelves that are all from the street. Yeah.
Every piece of his furniture is in nearly perfect condition, with only minor scratches. Nonetheless, they were discarded, simply because the previous owners no longer wanted them, perhaps due to boredom or replacement. Wei rescued these items from the curbsides and gave them a new lease of life. This includes the laptop he uses in his work as a Chinese language translator and instructor.
So it works very well. Mm-hmm. People, they buy something, actually they don't use the function. They just use maybe 1 or 2 things, for the high technology stuff. Yeah.
In his student dorm, Wei found another unexpected treasure in the trash.
Even iPhone. Okay, I show you my iPhone. I found from street too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's I still use that. That's iPhone 4. I still use that. That's from NYU dorm diving. When the students left, they just trashed everything.
In the kitchen, there's food gathered from the trash, including sushi boxes, several potatoes and eclairs. The only items Wei needs to buy are condiments stored in his refrigerator.
1 week, maybe less than, I would say $5-6. Yeah, the things.
$5 to $6 a week.
Yeah.
For the whole family.
For the whole family. Most is like milk. Yeah.
This is even cheaper than one meal I had in New York City.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because I don't have to buy.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of food. I still sometimes I have to throw it away because I got too much food.
For Wei, being a Freegan isn't just about getting free food. He used to be one of those chasing after the latest trends, buying new cars, phones, gadgets and clothes to showcase a seemingly enviable American lifestyle to friends and family back home. Nowadays, he still dresses neatly and holds a respectable job, but has long stopped buying excessive amounts of food and commodities. For Wei and his fellow Freegans, being a Freegan means breaking away from the wasteful lifestyle of excessive consumption. When the city is overflowing with food excess and discarded items, these people choose to be consumers of that surplus. Even though gathering food and goods from the trash might only recover a small portion of the overall waste generated in the massive production system, it doesn't deter them. What matters to them is the belief that this action sends a powerful message to the world.
So I did like that for many years. I think that's the right things to do. Yeah, you stop buying, then also you rescue something they waste. Everybody does this way. They would really make the environment better, much better. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I feel like everything we do matters. And I do think that some people think the opposite. literally the opposite, that nothing that we do matters because it's so little and we're just single people on a planet of billions. But, you know, when you smile at someone and they smile back, you've made a little effect on someone. So, you know, you don't know how much impact you have. You don't know the effect.
Tonight, Wei walks up from the subway station with a black suitcase, strolling through the bustling Wall Street area, the financial and business hub of New York. During the day, Wall Street is teeming with people in tailored suits and stylish dresses amidst towering skyscrapers. At night, it transforms into a place for Freegans like Wei, who come out to scout for good food leftovers from the supermarkets. Many years of experience have taught Wei that the black garbage bags on the sidewalks often contain much more than just trash and should never be overlooked. The food found in these bags isn't just sufficient for him and his family. The quantities suggest that there's more than enough for many others as well.
When they don't understand what we're doing, they think maybe we're like homeless. They give us money. They say, oh, yeah, do you need the money? We say, no, we don't need the money. We're just doing this rescue food. We're just doing the right things, yeah.
Are you happy tonight?
Oh yes, very happy tonight because I have the full suitcase food. Even just go 2 or 3 spots, there's still a lot of food.
Scavenging through trash isn't a direct solution or an ultimate way to address the global food waste issue. Instead, it serves as a tool to provoke thought and to encourage people to waste less food. It stimulates the business sector into managing the oversupply of food reasonably and effectively. These people have enough money to purchase food from supermarkets, yet they choose to find sustenance in the garbage piles on the sidewalks. It's an act of protest against overconsumption and a declaration that such food should not be considered waste. This is the message from Freegans to society at large.